Greetings, good evening, because for me it's already evening on 4th of May. May the 4th be with you. Happy holiday, everybody. Today we are celebrating the Star Wars Day. This is the very first time for me that I will be doing such a special live stream event dedicated to this. I've done these types of special live stream events in the past a few times dedicated to different things, whether it's me alone or in a conversation. And I'm still practicing, I'm still experimenting. I love experimenting with new things. And I already see a huge amount of old faces here in the chat, as well as new ones. Welcome to everybody. Thank you for joining, guys. What are we having today? First of all, this is a 1-hour show, and I will try to make it as short as possible with as much information and entertainment as possible. What we will not see tonight is gameplay. This is about Star Wars and Star Wars The Old Republic. I will show you a few clips from Star Wars Celebration, from Star Wars Galaxies, a few screenshots probably from my old times in Star Wars The Old Republic when I started playing the game. I love being a noob in a game of Star Wars, and I haven't had a chance to be one in so many years now. There is some kind of a special program, or let's call it agenda, because Eric Musco likes to use that word, that I will do my best to follow. Will I succeed? I doubt. That's it. I've done these things a couple of days ago, and I've been refining them and updating them throughout the whole day today, because even though it's going to be 1 hour, I'm not really sure how you guys will accept this. Thank you very much for the early likes already on the video, a few of them before I even began the stream. I hope that I can prove they're well worth it and that you have fun time with me. For some of you it's probably early afternoon, or maybe for others it's very late in the night if you live even more to the east from me. I'm from Bulgaria, for those of you who don't know. This weird accent is almost traditional Bulgarian accent. And without further ado, let's jump into this text, because I would like to read before you, if I can find where the hell did I put this thing, because you can see it on the screen but I can't. So this is a brief description taken from Wikipedia and StarWars.com. It is a description of what May the 4th is. May the 4th be with you. What started as fun, warmly shared by fans, has come a fully fledged Star Wars holiday. Star Wars Day, a special once-a-year celebration of the galaxy far, far away. I don't know why every Star Wars holiday is just once a year. We have Star Wars Celebration, we have every movie premiere 1 week before, 1 week after, and months after. And now we have this. One of the earliest known records of May the 4th used in popular culture is back in 1979, when episode 5 was still in filming. As described here by author Alan Arnold, while he was chronicling the making of Empire Strikes Back with Lucasfilm. So, all of this happens as follows. Margaret Thatcher has won the election and become Britain's first woman Prime Minister. Congratulations, Maggie! To celebrate their victory, her party took a half-page of advertising space in the London Evening News. This message referring to the day of victory was, "May the 4th be with you, Maggie. Congratulations." Further proof of the extent of which Star Wars has influenced all of us. Once the internet allowed Star Wars fans around the world to connect with one another, May the 4th soon became a grassroots tradition each year, with fans online and offline proclaiming it Star Wars Day. While the idea of May the 4th did not start with Lucasfilm, the film company that created Star Wars has fully embraced the spirit of fandom that makes the day so special. StarWars.com, as well as official Star Wars social media channels, help spread the word and showcase fan activity. What this text doesn't mention, but I've read it somewhere today, is that officially as official as it can be, this is a Star Wars Day, a Star Wars holiday since 2011. Since 2011, that's 6 years ago, or 7 depending on how you count it, we've started celebrating May the 4th officially. Yep, almost officially. We also celebrate Revenge of the 5th, which is tomorrow. And all of these things are related to a huge amount of sales, promotions, advertisement, mostly from Disney and other companies related to Disney, and things like that. We will have a short overview of all the sales and promotions for Star Wars and Star Wars The Old Republic in a few minutes. First, I would like to share with you probably the best news, which will be, of course, the culmination of today's event. I've got 2 giant giveaways provided by me, by myself. Because I'm not streaming tonight Star Wars The Old Republic, I didn't dare to ask BioWare for support, because the live streamer who I will forward you at the end of my event, he will be streaming a few hours after me, because he lives in the USA. Hopefully he will have a bunch of things provided by BioWare, because I think that's what they should have done. So there will be even more giveaways from him on his stream. Tonight, the 2 giveaways from me are 2 hypercrates. I will tell you the rules, how to sign up and what you have to do to participate in those. First, one of the hypercrates is for you guys, my subscribers here on YouTube. And the second hypercrate is for my patrons. 2 very important rules. First, you have to be present when I draw the winner of the giveaways, which means that you have to stay in the chat. Yeah, I don't want you to win the prize and go away, although I know that the giveaway is really something very important. That's why for the very rare, not the first time, but I very rarely advertised giveaways in the title of my events, but today I decided to do so. The second hypercrate is for my patrons, and because I don't want to fish for new patrons, definitely not. The requirement is for you to be patron of mine for 2 days or more, which basically means that if you are so generous and gracious and want to support me, you can still become my patron just right now, but you will not be eligible to win this hypercrate, because I don't want to disappoint my long-standing and current patrons. The rules for the giveaway. Let me actually switch to these things already. There are a couple of links which I will be posting into the chat right now. The first link is where my patrons need to leave a comment. This comment will generate a random number for you guys, and later in the stream I'm actually going to draw a lucky number with the use of random.org, my favorite site for drawing winners. And something very similar for my YouTube subscribers. The second link that I'm posting to the chat, you have to leave a comment on this post. The post is the announcement of my special live stream, which I published yesterday. Leave a comment, don't make it a spam, please. I don't want to read comments such as "hello, I signed up," or silly things like that. So the subscribers leave a comment on the Vulkk.com article, the patrons leave a comment on my Patreon post. Giveaways are separate, which means if one of my patrons wins the Patreon giveaway, he cannot win the subscriber giveaway, and vice versa. With that said, I think we can actually mention something else that I would like to propose to you guys for tonight. Post any kind of questions that you have to me, related to me, to my channel, to my website, to Star Wars, to my opinions about Star Wars, or anything else that you think you would be interested to hear an answer from me. All of these questions you can be posting now or throughout the live stream. Jim is here, and I have a kind of a deal with him. I've asked him to save those questions and remind me at least some of them at the end of the live stream, when I will hopefully have some time for Q&A section. If not, we can always leave that for another time, or we can always finish it in written form on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Vulkk.com, and any other places that you can find me. I'm actually in so many places already. Lumi is basic. So let's mention a few of the promotions, because May the 4th, for good or evil, is very similar these days to what the Black Friday is, and Revenge of the 5th is very similar to what the Cyber Monday is. Everybody is rushing to make deals, everybody is offering cool stuff for a reduced price, and the Star Wars merchandise doesn't make an exception, of course. I don't think Disney is that silly to miss on a great opportunity. The link that I will be posting right now in the chat is for official deals from StarWars.com, and let's take a very quick and brief look. They have toys, boats, pins. Oh my god, how many pins! Thank god I'm not a pin collector, because that's an expensive hobby. Really expensive hobby. Look at this. Workshop. Build-A-Bear workshop. Really? I love that one, actually. I would love to have one of these, maybe. Scrolling a little bit down below, we've got Pottery Barn for kids, 20% off of our entire Star Wars collection. If that was available here in Bulgaria, I would definitely seek out to purchase one of the 8080 walkers. Really? Swimways, that's fantastic. We've got Filled with Air BB-8. And so on and so on. Ooh, kid clothes. What's more important and more interesting probably is, for those of you who still have time to purchase, check out all of the gaming deals for today and tomorrow. Most of them will probably be running even after tomorrow, but pretty much all of the games in a bundle or separately are discounted to various prices. For example, today I was able to find on various websites and Steam included discounted prices for Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, for the Force Unleashed 1 and 2, for the X-Wing series, for the Jedi Academy, and pretty much every single game that is Star Wars and is on PC or not even on PC. It's listed here and it's available here. We've got, there we go, actually we've got the list here. Puzzle Droids is a brand new game that has been very seriously advertised during the last celebration event a few weeks ago. I've personally never tried it and I'm not really sure what exactly it is. A bunch of games for mobile devices, which again I've never played. There is the advertisement for the Force Unleashed 2. The first game was also discounted somewhere, I can't really remember where. But the biggest prize, and probably the most interesting to, maybe not specifically me because I'm a current subscriber to Star Wars The Old Republic, but for most of you guys, is the Star Wars The Old Republic promotion. Celebrate Star Wars Day with the battle-hardened M4Y6 astromech droid by your side, logging to play by May 8th to qualify. This promotion does not care if you're a subscriber or not, at least that's what confirmation I received. The promotion lasts from 4th, which is today, to 8th, which is 4 days ago, I don't even know. When is 8th of May? Oh, apparently it's Monday, so just before the reset. I probably forgot to lower the damn background music because it seems way too high. How does that sound now? Well, that's a fuck up that I love to do when I don't have to do that. What else do we have? The SWTOR Prime promotion, which really affects a very limited reason, a very limited region, because it's related to Twitch Prime. And Twitch Prime, if you don't know, is only available where Amazon is available. So basically, USA, Canada, UK, France, Italy, Spain, Germany, and if I'm not mistaken, that's pretty much all. Yes, thank you for complaining about the sound. It should be much better now. Unfortunately, the first few minutes were ruined, but hey, I'm not perfect and I don't even try to be. Another good thing is free for all. Yes, it is for all, because there was some confusion here. The WXP event running from 4th until 15th, or depending on your time zone, of course, is available for everybody. I received confirmation from Musco personally. He said that it is for free-to-play preferred and subscriber players. It's not about the Amazon promotion. It doesn't have anything to do with it. The droid, the mount, is actually related to the promotion. And of course, if you have Twitch Prime or if you go to Reddit, you will find a special thread, mega thread, they call it, on the very top, with chance to find codes from people who don't need them. These codes will give you the mount, obviously, and access with a free level 65 token to create your Outlander, and journey through the second expansion, the last expansion I meant to say, Knights of the Eternal Throne. It was louder, I know. That's all about the promotion. What else do we have? Oh, I'm rushing like mad because, believe it or not, I'm nervous. The last time I did a special event like this, I was again nervous because It was the special 5th year anniversary for Star Wars: The Old Republic, and I had a bunch of special guests. Hopefully, many of you guys were still here, and you had to witness that live. I did some funny screw ups there again. What doesn't tank? What the hell do you mean? Let me put on the chat so you guys can have a laugh at my expense. Okay, I hope that's readable. I know it's not perfect because there is certain amount of overlapping. I've been working to change the chat a little bit at a time, so that's what I've got for today. You know that I've given up displaying chat overlay for quite some time now. Okay, a few more words about promotions because BioWare does these things weekly, and I have this thread, this post here related to the weekly promotions. Some of them are actually weekly, some of them are not. The 5-pack Major Experience Boost is actually promoted or discounted to 100 cartel coins until 15th. The next, we've got a direct sale for Playable Qatar, discounted to 450, which is a decent discount, I have to say. Direct sale item, the Eradicator Armor Set. I'm not a huge fan, but it's wildly popular amongst the Sith community. Is very discounted from 1440 cartel coins to 450. Now here is the best part. Collection unlocks is actually 50% off until the next Tuesday. So until the next maintenance reset or whatever you want to call it, all of the account wide unlocks, collection unlocks will be 50% off. Now there are some bugs, but BioWare prevented those bugs, fixed those bugs, I meant to say. By the time you check in the game right now, those bugs should be fixed. They were related to some unusually high prices to some items. People believe that this is a scheme to compensate for the holiday discount. And the last item that I will mention, I don't care about the hairstyles, plus they're ugly. Yes, I've seen them in game, they're really ugly. The Defiant Vented Lightsaber is on a direct sale. Look at that. From 7,500 cartel coins, it's discounted down to 5,600. Oh yeah, that's not worth it. I wasn't really thinking of purchasing the Unstable Arbiter's lightsaber hilt, even though I have it. If I didn't have it, I would not purchase it for over 7,000 cartel coins. That's almost 2 hyper crates. And the vented lightsabers are not what they should have been. They look cool, but they are not nearly as cool as what the vented lightsaber of Kylo Ren is, for example. I don't know if it's just my opinion, but these are the discounts that BioWare is doing for us guys. You don't need to get in-game, you need to stay here. There was a very long delayed patch a couple of days ago, which really frustrated so many people, and I don't really know why. Yeah, it's down to street robbery. That sounds like BioWare. Okay, what do we have on the agenda next? The next bullet point of my list here is to mention or actually share with you some fun memories that I have from Star Wars Celebration. I hope that you guys will not mind, but I would definitely like to share a few clips, very short clips, which are actually parts of the panels from the 40 years of Star Wars. Then we have a special highlight from the episode 8 panel, and after that a couple more. So let me put on this thing on the giant screen, maybe hide the chat for a moment so we can enjoy this moment. And I'm gonna put the headset as well, even though I've seen and heard this particular moment so many times, but let's enjoy it together. If you haven't seen those panels, and you should have, they're available in a full collection in one article on my website, which is actually this link, and you can check it out later maybe. Let's play those clips. They're short, but they are really funny. This is the announcement, I believe. Yes, this is the announcement of George Lucas appearing for the first time in this year's celebration.
Is to acknowledge the man whose collective genius has brought us all together today. Please welcome none other My Yoda, George Lucas.
Man, that's really awesome. And now the first question is really fun as well.
Barely.
Wow.
Claps for the maker. Yes, he deserves that. We give him so much crap about how he screwed over the second trilogy. Damn it.
Well, George. Welcome to Celebration, George. Does that always happen when you walk into a room?
Not like this.
No.
Not like this.
Okay, that's enough for the first clip. The second one is absolutely my favorite entrance of every single entrance that I've seen, because this is the third year in a row, I believe, when StarWars.com is live streaming the whole or almost the full celebration event. That's why I'm able to enjoy these things. Up until then, for the first, I can't remember how many celebrations have been already, 7, 8? For the first 4, apparently, I was never able to see anything because nothing was officially organized, nothing was televised, and these things were just hard to find and discover and enjoy unless you're present there. This room, this hall, was absolutely stuffed through the roof. Now there is the second scene that I would like to show you guys. It's a special entrance from a special person who I think nobody expected. I personally expected him to be there, but apparently he wasn't officially announced to be appearing. So let's check it out.
I don't know about you guys, but when we've got George Lucas here, we've got C-3PO, we've got Lando Calrissian, we've got Chewbacca and Luke Skywalker. I mean,
It doesn't get any better than
doesn't
this.
get much more epic than this, does it? Or actually, maybe it does. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Harrison Ford.
Look at the crowd. Okay, let's take a couple of moments break because I would like to share a few comments. Yes, everybody here in the chat is going on about how Lucas is filthy rich. Does Lucas deserve his money? How rich was he before he sold the property or the franchise to Disney? How crazy was Disney to pay, what was it, 4 billion? Or am I remembering wrong? Harrison Ford was originally not supposed to appear, or not officially mentioned to appear in this panel or in Celebration overall. He actually stopped by to the other scene in front of the fans, where the two hosts of the Star Wars show actually had a short interview with him. Now, I don't even want to mention how old all of our famous stars and favorite actors are. Harrison Ford was constantly hiding his hand like this so we don't see shaking. Mark Hamill was shaking his hands all the time during his 2 panels, or 2.5, depending on how you count them. Yep, we're getting old, they're getting old. God forbid I'm 32 years old and I feel old already. Not as a Star Wars fan, actually, compared to many other Star Wars fans that I know, I actually feel damn young, and that's really weird. But because I pretty much rewatch the Star Wars movie, if not every year, then maybe at least every other year, it really feels weird for me, guys. I don't know if it's the same for you, to see those same actors in their 20s and their 30s. And last year, we actually had to say that final goodbye to everybody's favorite princess. This was the special, unique, and one-of-a-kind Disney princess that we'll probably never see again, unless maybe Rey becomes something like that. She does have a potential. I'm young, yes, thank you. Okay, the next clip is even better one because this is a short excerpt from the Last Jedi panel. I hope you guys have seen this because if not, you probably don't know what an ecstasy, what an excitement it was. In this moment, I really, really wished I could be there. This is the true Star Wars feeling. Regardless of how many people will say Episode 8 sucks, Episode 5 is the best. Look at the excitement from all the people here. Oh, maybe I can put this up and let's check out the clip. Just pay attention to the excitement. We're not going to see the trailer itself, but we're going to see the announcement of the poster and the trailer. That's by far the funniest moment from the whole damn celebration today.
Unbelievably generous and patient. So I'm going to ask Ryan, do you have anything that you brought today for the fans?
I love that guy already.
So I want to show you guys this. I'm so excited and happy about this. We have a teaser poster that is no.
Wait a second. I just want to reenact for everybody at home. This is what we heard. Just stabbing in the back.
When you guys see that, so can we put it up? Can we put it? It is absolutely gorgeous.
The poster really is gorgeous.
Can we zoom out? All right.
What? Oh! That is...
I'm getting goosebumps now.
I gotta soak that in.
Isn't that beautiful? Oh my God.
And you know what? These guys have not seen this either, so they are looking back over their shoulder because they're seeing it for the first time.
That is very, very cool. All right, well, that does it, guys. Thank you so much for coming.
I really, really wished I
First
was
of all,
there.
Important to know, every single one of you sitting out there gets one.
Yeah. Just listen to the damn crowd. That's 2,000 people, I believe. Or I think it was 2,000. They announced. Cheers with some blue milk.
But I'm sorry to say that I don't think we can get Ryan to stay up all night and sign every single one. So I hope you understand.
If you haven't seen the whole panel or the celebration overall, this guy, the previous night, stayed with the crowd, Ryan Johnson. He stayed with the crowd until 4 in the morning, signing up and just conversing with the fans. I don't think a normal director would do that. I've never heard another person do that. He really wants to be a fan, and I think he proves with this performance and hopefully with the movie in half a year that he's a true fan to Star Wars, just like the director of Rogue One. Wow, Davis is actually unbelievable fan. I can't believe how much of a fan he is. I didn't expect that from him before I saw his first interviews and comments. Now let's watch the rest because the fun part is just about.
Yeah, maybe.
This has been an absolute thrill. Is there anything else you want to...
I was going crazy, yeah. I really was.
I mean, they seem like they're really interested in more. I'm trying. Anything?
There's a trailer. Of course there's a trailer. What are you talking about? Of course. So I want you guys to know.
Sorry. I want to see that again. I don't know how many times I've rolled back and seen that specific moment, but come on, guys. You have to enjoy it together with me. There is a trailer. Of course there is a trailer. Damn, it's awesome to be a Star Wars fan today.
Anything?
There's a trailer. Of course there's a trailer. What are you talking about? Of course. So I want you guys to know, this is also going to be these guys' first time seeing this trailer. We're going to go over
I haven't seen it.
with you together. Let's do this.
Very excited. See
All right, we're going where are we going?
Oh, okay. Emotions aside, damn it. You guys helped a lot with the chat. I don't know if about you. I've really seen these panels 4 or 5 times each, and these specific moments that I've just shared with you guys, I've seen those probably about 20 times each. It's really fantastic to be a fan of Star Wars today. I regret to inform or to admit. No, wait, that's not right. I have to admit, I regretted or felt sad when the announcement came that Disney purchased Star Wars. I had no idea why Kathleen Kennedy is actually taking the company over from Lucas. That was a little while before Disney took Star Wars. The only bad thing, and I don't mean to provoke you trolling me, that's not really bad thing what I'm going to say. Since Kathleen Kennedy took over, first we've noticed that she's an old lady, but she's a very passionate fan. I think she's either an amazing actress, which I don't think she is, or she is a true fan of the damn saga that we all love so much. And you have to admit, she really is excited announcing these things, talking in the panels, and I've seen her in the previous panels, in the previous celebrations as well, and in other places as well, in interviews. She's always passionate about these things. So what I think she's probably doing wrong is promoting the female lead role far too much for the movies. Every movie that has been released and will be released in the next couple of years about Star Wars has a female character as a lead role. That's definitely not bad, at least not now. I'm really, really hoping that Disney continues the same line that they started with Rogue One. And because everybody expected Rogue One to be a typical Disney movie with a happy ending, how the hell can we have a happy ending when we know what happens at the end of Rogue One to lead up to A New Hope? So I'm really happy that Disney so far is not falling down the line and not bringing down Star Wars to the typical Disney princesses storylines, but that's actually a dangerous road. That's why I'm afraid what Kathleen Kennedy might do in the future. I really hope that she doesn't bring the Star Wars franchise to the typical Disney soap opera child-friendly movies, because it's not supposed to happen. But then again, looking what happens with the Marvel movies and the Marvel universe so far, I don't think there is such an opportunity even, or such a threat to happen. This is all I wanted to share and say about the celebration. This year's celebration was by far the best one, in my opinion, and the most visited one as well. They were very happy announcing that several times during the celebrations last day and after that. This is by far the most visited celebration event ever, and I can't remember two numbers very different from each other are in my head at the moment. Either 70,000 people or 200,000 people. I can't remember which one of those numbers was true, but I believe it was the 200,000 people who visited the celebration area for the 4 days during the event. And here, just like I said moments ago, I do have actually a collective thread. If you've missed something and if you're interested, I've selected all of the videos for all 4 days, official live streams, and the extracted panels. What I did for myself and for you eventually, I extracted from the 3rd day the Battlefront full archive, full panel, because it was part of the 15-hour-long live stream from the 3rd day. But the Battlefront 2 panel really got me excited, and unlike the first Battlefront from 2 years ago, I think this time I'm definitely going to buy the second game just because of the single story campaign and the fact that it's canon. Disney knows how to produce stories. Disney knows how to force people to create good Star Wars stories. So far, honestly, I don't remember seeing, watching, or witnessing a bad Star Wars story since Disney took over. I've read a ton of the new comics. I've seen all of the movies, of course, and I've seen all of the animated TV series, with an exception of the non-canon Lego Freemakers Galaxy. I can't remember the name of the show even, but it's just beginning its 2nd season now. It was just introduced with a nice bunch of short trailers and such. I've watched the first episode and it didn't just grab me, and the fact that it's not Star Wars canon, it's way too childish in my opinion. I've read almost all of the new canon books with an exception of maybe 3. Crap, I'm missing 3 books that I haven't read yet. So yeah, not a single bad Star Wars story. All of them are well written. All of them are appropriate to the age they're targeting. And I'm really, really actually happy with what Disney is doing so far. I was really against them calling all of the expanded universe Legends, but I don't mind that. We know that Star Wars never had any canon before outside of the through saga movies, which Lucas created. The 6. Oops, that's that's 6. Is it 6? Oh, it's 6. Look at that. That's 6 movies. All of the rest was expanded universe, but it was officially claimed to be that expanded universe, not a canon. So calling expanded universe Legend actually aggravated so many, me included, but it was actually not changing anything. The canon left the canon, and everything else was just renamed. Just like BioWare keeps renaming the silly difficulty modes. Who the hell cares if it's story mode or hard mode and nightmare mode, or it's story, veteran, and what the hell was master mode? How exactly do you differentiate story and veteran when a story mode flashpoint is now called a veteran mode flashpoint, and you can do it at middle level character, and you're supposed to be doing veteran content? That's really not the main topic for tonight. I think the next portion in my mind, at least, was to talk about my personal Star Wars gaming history, and I hope that you guys will be interested to share. Of course, everybody in the chat, which I will highlight again over here. Chat appear. Thank you, chat. I will share a few words on my Star Wars history, just like every person my age. I'm old, and again, I'm young. Every person my age has had a chance as a very small teenager, bigger than this, but still small, to enjoy some old classic console games before the PC was actually something like a game platform. We all played on those old Nintendo consoles, or even before that. Yes, I'm that old to remember the Atari. I think the proper model was Atari 2000, a black rectangular box with funny diskettes that you insert into that thing and you play with the silly rectangular joysticks. Oh, that's classic. And a bunch of games that I've played on Nintendo because I didn't have Nintendo myself, but a neighbor kid had it, and we spent there pretty much several summers playing several games. Amongst them, there was a Star Wars game where I don't remember its name, and I was too lazy to research it. Hopefully, you guys in the chat will remind me. There was a Luke Skywalker riding a Tauntaun in the first or second level, or possibly in both of them. Hello, Bulgarian. Do you know how to say hello, Bulgarian in Bulgarian? That's a task for you to discover. I've played those games as well as the Jedi Academy games, of course. I wasn't competitive there, but even here in Bulgaria, we actually started building some kind of a LAN competitive gamer community. Why LAN? Because we used to have those hubs in specific places. At least here in my city, we had a bunch of them by the end of the 90s and the beginning of the 2000s. The LAN clubs, we called them. I don't really know how exactly it's supposed to be called in English, but we called them LAN clubs with, let's say, 5 to 15 to 100 PCs next to each other. LAN party, you know what LAN party is, basically. That's very close to Bulgarian here. That would be Croatian, I think. Zdravejte Bulgarski. Is that Croatian? Because of the I think it might be Croatian, or maybe I'm mistaken. Right, so moving on to the more modern ages, where I can show you actually and tell you in a little bit more details, and hopefully some of you guys have those memories as well from Star Wars Galaxies. It's a game that launched in 2003. 2003, that's 14 years ago. That's almost half of my life ago. It launched in 2003, but it wasn't available for purchase here in Bulgaria until 2005. A few of my friends actually managed to purchase it from overseas, from Europe or from anywhere else, and import it somehow because, well, those ages we didn't have internet marketing, we didn't have online purchasing. everything was still on discs. You couldn't purchase it digitally and download it. Even if you purchase it digitally, it will take you days to download the damn game and update it. So this wasn't really a thing back then, and I wasn't able to play Star Wars Galaxies until the summer of 2005, when I actually had a chance to finally begin my online adventure. This is my first MMO. This is my first serious Star Wars gameplay adventure, because I actually spent 5 years, minus a small break for a few months, playing Star Wars Galaxies from 2005 to 4 years, okay. 4 years, yeah, to 2009. So I've played it 4 years with a few months break, because I played Lord of the Rings Online as well. And at some point I went straight to Lord of the Rings Online, ditched Star Wars Galaxies. Then I ditched Star Wars Galaxies when it was almost dead, and I went to play again Lord of the Rings Online. Silly things like that. My point is, and I believe I actually have a video for you to show while I'm explaining these things. I have a very old video from my first YouTube gaming channel, because I have 3 of them. Of course, 2 of them are not active anymore. This is a very old clip. You can definitely tell that it's old, I think. And this is Aura, my guild, Old Republic Alliance, doing an instance. The default term for every MMO fan, this is a dungeon. However, we are not under the ground. We are up on Tatooine, as a matter of fact. I can't remember really where exactly was this located. Anchorhead? No, not Anchorhead. That's not really important. So this is an instance. It's called Flashpoint in the modern Star Wars MMO, Star Wars The Old Republic. And these things were the end game in Star Wars Galaxies. So originally, the game was supposed to be a build your own adventure, build your own character. It didn't feature any standalone and normal classes up until 2005. A little after I started playing the game, actually, they introduced classic classes, because WoW was already very, very popular. WoW has already become the king of MMO games, and everybody was compared to them and striving to be like them. So Sony Online Entertainment, decided to copy many of the WoW features and implement them into Star Wars Galaxies with new game enhancements or new game improvements, NGE. If you type in Google NGE, oh, of course, okay, I'll mention KOTOR as well, but I never finished KOTOR 2, and that's really one of my biggest regrets when it comes to Star Wars games. When it comes to NGE, Sony really dropped the ball, because the community was almost 1 million players, which was huge at that time in 2005, 2004. And when they dropped this content and screwed up pretty much every old player, every veteran, they completely ruined the whole community for Star Wars Galaxies. And in the span of the next year, so when they introduced it 2005 until the next year, somewhere 2006, the community was down to less than 100,000 players. That's an insanely big drop. Sony was actually hoping to achieve exactly the opposite and rise the population of the game by making it more friendly to new players. And they did exactly the opposite, because the kind of players that Star Wars Galaxies was attracting is exactly the opposite kind of players that the classical MMO, such as World of Warcraft, was aimed for. And since this point, in the next few years, Star Wars Galaxy actually continued declining. And I left it in 2009 because for over 2 years, they hadn't added anything new. And the game was just left on its own, left to die. The engine was, believe it or not, worse than Star Wars The Old Republic's hero engine. I mean, really worse. It was capped at 30 FPS, and regardless of how powerful PC you had, we were facing, especially in the open world PvP area on Restus, we were facing lag in the amount of seconds to minutes. Believe it or not, you press a button, nothing happens on the screen. Couple minutes later, everybody is dead, because everybody clicked something, but nobody moved away to escape. And that was Star Wars Galaxies. Let me go back again a couple of years, because I, for some reason, neglected to mention my experience with Knights of the Old Republic. everybody's favorite RPG related to Star Wars, and I think it definitely deserves that title. I can't say about the second game because I never finished it, and that's really, as I mentioned, one of my biggest regrets. I've played Knights of the Old Republic, the first game, for about an year or so, I think, and I only played it once. I don't think I finished my second playthrough, and I can't even remember. The first one was a normal soldier warrior type. The second one, I believe I wanted to be a sentinel player, but I'm not really sure anymore. And by the time I was attempting my second playthrough, WoW was already in beta stage. I was invited to the beta, and I thought, okay, that would be a cool game, since I was actually a fan of Warcraft 2 and Warcraft 3. Those were the first RTS games that I've ever played in my life, and I thought it would be fun to enjoy a multiplayer game. What else? What can you guys tell me for your experience and memories about specifically KOTOR 2? Since I never finished it, let's see, what is the best ending that you remember from the second KOTOR game? Have you ever dreamed that the half-mentioned project for KOTOR 3 never saw actually the white world? Did you ever want to see the white world for a KOTOR 3? Did you believe when BioWare said that Star Wars The Old Republic is going to be KOTOR 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 all together put in one? Maybe to some extent, yes, because we had those 8 unique personal adventures for all of the 8 classes. But then again, once they were done, the game translated into something very different. It stopped being RPG game, it became a true MMO. A little bit later, it became a solo player, single player game, but again without the RPG element, because nothing you gear up with mattered until they introduced the difficulties of the chapters for the 25 chapters of Fallen Empire and Eternal Throne. Until they introduced those, everything was either ridiculously stupidly easy in story mode and to some extent in hard mode as well, because once you get familiar with the different mechanics and once you obtain half decent gear, every hard mode operation and flashpoint was already easy. To some extent, some of the nightmares were a challenge. I still remember how bored I was rushing like crazy through TFB Nightmare, for example, because BioWare nerfed it so much. In the first months when they introduced TFB Nightmare mode, it was really challenging. I still remember dropping like it's hot, the first guild in the world to take the second boss of TFB, the Dread Guards. That was really an amazing achievement. And I believe for about 2 weeks or 3 weeks, nobody else managed to do it. They repeated it the same thing next week, and they finished the operation before everybody managed to kill in the second boss. I think I'm straying far too much from the topic. Let's see. KOTOR 2, The Exile and Darth Nihilus. I don't want to get into details about my ending. You don't need to get spoiled. No, I don't think I'll ever play it again. Unless they implement a mod, or maybe I buy a very powerful tablet to enjoy the game a little bit more properly. I tried installing KOTOR 1 4 years ago actually, and tried to replay it. I couldn't even launch it. I couldn't even make it work. I know that people have developed different kinds of mods and all kinds of useful tricks and tools to help you run this game on a modern PC. I just couldn't do it. Since then, I haven't tried. Maybe people have developed new tools. Maybe actually the enhanced edition is better, because I believe 1 or 2 years ago they released an enhanced edition. Okay. I forgot to mention as well that I've played, and actually I have a clip here to show while I'm sharing it, the Force Unleashed and the Force Unleashed 2. As a matter of fact, just recently in the past year, I replayed those games and shared them online in the form of videos and live streams. It's really cool game, even though it's so far from canon now, because we know the story of Vader. We know that Galen never existed, the main character from the games. We know that none of this has ever happened or has a chance to happen, but nonetheless, I enjoyed the game because it features, especially the first one. Second game was really repetitive. We're watching a clip from the second game I walked through. The first game was really innovative, fantastic looking graphics, and very realistic behavior of the characters, the fights, the environment. Everything was destructible, movable, pushable, and things like that. The game actually has a couple of mods or cheats, if you prefer, or hacks to allow you to run it at higher FPS. My choice was actually to run it at 60 FPS because that was, well, my decision. And I've really enjoyed both of the Force Unleashed games very recently. Of course, I discovered new things that I had either forgotten or never knew about when I played them in 2010, 2011. That's when these games were released. 2012, I meant to say, sorry. And that's pretty much my gaming history. You guys want to share about your gaming histories? What is your favorite Star Wars game of all times? Come on, tell me. What do you think is the best Star Wars game that you've ever played, or you wanted to play but you couldn't, maybe? And while you're doing this, I will post again the couple of links for the giveaways. The first link, everybody who wants to participate for the Hypercrate for my YouTube subscribers, leave a comment that is not spam, normal comment, whatever you want to say, just don't make it a spam one, on this link. And for the one Hypercrate for my patrons, you can leave a comment on this Patreon post. Now let me see what you guys are picking. KOTOR 1 or SWTOR? Wow, that's an interesting competition. Another vote for KOTOR 1. Jedi Outcast. Ooh, Jedi Outcast 2. Wow, you're very specific, and that's something really old. Knights of the Old Republic. You're probably specifying the first game. KOTOR 1 again. Another one for Dark Forces 2. We've got, Jedi Academy has been mentioned. Nice one. Empire at War. Really? I tried that game and I miserably failed at enjoying it. I don't know why. My brother actually really loved it, but then again, he's a much bigger fan of real-time strategies than me. I think KOTOR is definitely a #1 winner. And someone mentioned that you would enjoy me streaming it. No, KOTOR is a very long game with a very old graphic. Even if I manage to run it and even live stream it, I don't think there will be good enough audience for such a very long playthrough. It's really a dated game, guys. You have to be a fan of the game. You have to play it. You have to have experience with it. You have to be an there is no, how do I say it? You need to be a veteran, a KOTOR veteran, to be able to play KOTOR again or enjoy it again. I might actually, because you are inspiring me right now, I might actually attempt to install it and make another effort, but I definitely don't want to live stream it. I've seen many folks, known or unknown to me, attempting to live stream KOTOR in the past years because I try to follow as much Star Wars content online on YouTube as I can possibly do. It doesn't work. It's a very long game. It's like attempting... See, last year, actually, in the spring of 2016, I started series with the Bounty Hunter origin story for Star Wars The Old Republic. This is a fantastic story with a much better modern looking game with a lot more options when it comes to developing your character. You understand me probably wrong. By options, never mind. I mean outfitting to make it look cool. And yet, the audience for this series diminished very progressively around the 10th or 12th episode. After that, I really lost the passion for doing that, and I'm keeping that character unfinished because I've played through the Bounty Hunter story twice already, so I'm not doing it for myself. I wanted to share that experience with you guys, but since you've lost interest, I lost interest showing it. So how about multiplying that 2 or 3 times, because that's at least how long it will take me to attempt to do a full playthrough or walkthrough, whatever you want to call it, through Knights of the Old Republic 1, the first game. It's a really long game with a lot of choices. If you don't pay attention to the side quests, to the companions, to all of the conversations, you'll probably regret it. I kind of regret rushing through Mass Effect 1 and 2 because I played them a few months ago while preparing for Mass Effect Andromeda. And I really have to say that I very much regret doing that. I don't want to go back to the games now to replay them because they are dated. Mass Effect 1 and 3 are actually much worse than Mass Effect 2 in terms of story. The gameplay of Mass Effect 3, though, really outperforms 1 and 2 by far. And we have Mass Effect 4, the Andromeda version now. There is a fun project to remaster. Yes, I've seen that with the Unreal Engine, but I don't expect this thing will ever be finished. I would love it. I would love it if they prove me wrong, because I would definitely enjoy playing this. But unfortunately, I don't expect this project to ever be finished, or at some point, if it comes close to a finishing date or a finishing state, Disney or BioWare or someone else will come and close it. Just like there was a side project for Battlefront 3. Someone wanted to attempt to finish Battlefront 3 with a complete overhaul of the game and just manually putting in the rest of the game that wasn't finished. And Disney found out and closed that project. They forced them to close down and just cancel it. I think the same team continues developing that game, but they don't call it Star Wars and Battlefront. They called it something different. Again, I forgot the damn name. All right. That's it. Would you like to do the giveaway drawing now? I think it's time. And then at the very end of the show, maybe a few minutes for Q&A, if you guys have any questions that you would like to ask me or any questions that you would like to hear an answer from me. So we've got this thread here. Oh, I can actually probably show that. Yeah, why not? Let's do this. Hop, haha. Oh, I've moved. I'm over here. All right, so we've got a few answers from my patrons. Please remember, guys, you have to be here. And of course, you have to be my patrons. For one reason or another, I do not recognize Oliver. If you just became my patron, you don't qualify for this, mate. And this is the thread where I have 15 comments. Nice. It's also nice that nobody commented on another person's comment, because it will be much easier for me to read those things. So, shall we do the drawing? We've got the random.org. Let me move the damn tab closer. And Vulkk uses force sleep. What? How do you know that I'm using force sleep? Shh, that's a secret nobody should know. Come on, keep my secrets. All right, 3, 2, 1, last refresh. Usually, Discuss actually shows if there are new comments live, so there is not. Oh, crap, there are 18. Okay, I'm not refreshing the screen anymore. We're drawing the winner for the hypercrate for my subscribers. Good luck to everybody. And the way you're going to win this is by first reporting that you're here in the chat when I read your name. And second, respond to the email that I'm going to send you. Everybody posting here on Discuss has used an email to log into Discuss and leave a comment. I will write you an email to that account, so be sure to respond in please reasonable time, hopefully even now already immediately or tomorrow, because I definitely want to be able to give those 5 hypercrates that I'm giving away by the end of the week. I've got 3 hypercrates for my patrons monthly giveaway, 1 hypercrate for the subscribers from today, and 1 hypercrate for my patrons from today. That's 5 hypercrates, guys. I'm going back with probably about 30,000 cartel coins. Okay, number from 1 to 18. I'm going to count them from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. You get the point. Lucky number 1. Really? Number 1 is David Cow. I think David is still around because you've been very active around here. David Cow wrote, "May the 4th be with you and all, and don't forget the Revenge of the 5th. We're not forgetting it because there will be more cool deals for us to check out tomorrow." Congratulations, David. Please respond in the chat right now. Right now! Right now! Is that voice actually being picked up? Oh, it is. Crap. Oh, David fallen asleep? What? Ask Okay, I'll leave that question for a moment, for in a couple of minutes. Is David replying? I don't see that reply in the chat here. Oh, there we go. Congratulations, David. I will send you an email to the account you have hopefully provided on this course here. Now let's see about the second. Please remember that has been announced numerous times. You have to be my patron for more than 2 days, which actually means I'm not fishing for new patrons today. Even if you become my patron today, right now, I will be thankful. You will be included in any future giveaway, but not in this one. So one quick last refresh just to see if anybody has woken up. Okay. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Will actually. What the hell do I do? Who is Oliver? Is it someone who changed their name just now? Because Oliver doesn't seem like a name I know. Which one of you guys is Oliver? I don't want to. Oh, wait, I can display. That's public known information. No, it's not. I better not show this. Let's jump to that screen. So I can check. Oh, okay. Oliver is not my patron. Cool. Nice one. Okay, that's fine. All right, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 numbers for my patrons. 1 to 8. Quick drawing. Number 3. Number 3. Oh, I can show the screen already. Number 3 is Logan. Congratulations, Logan. I hope you're still around. And you will be the winner. You haven't won so far from the monthly giveaways, I believe. So that doesn't count. Don't worry. This is a special kind of giveaway that has nothing to do with the monthly giveaways on Patreon. Logan, say that you're here, please. Say you're here. Joao, what the hell are you saying? Love to run around beating people with the bow. Who are you replying to? Logan is here. So we've got David and Logan. Congratulations, guys. I have very direct contact with Logan on my Patreon Discord, so it's really easy to contact you. And we'll see about the email with David. Now, before I end up the show, do we have any interesting questions that Jim has recorded for me, or maybe you guys would like to ask right now before we end up this live stream? And I almost managed to fit into a 1 hour. You're replying to Jim. Of course, who else would you be replying to? That's, of course, natural. Oh, cool. I can scroll through my chat without it being reflected on the screen. I forgot that. It's a cool trick. So, someone wanted to ask if that's really Vulkk. Someone trolled me yesterday. I logged in to check out Engage's live stream. I hope that you guys know Engage on Twitch. He's probably live streaming right now. Go check him out after the show. Oh, we do have a question. Do you like the Titan lightsaber and the piked version? No. I mean, no lightsaber or hilt is actually ugly, but I'm a huge fan since how many months now of the unstable arbiter lightsaber. Since the moment BioWare released those, I completely neglected everything else. And as a matter of fact, up until that moment, I believe on Vulkk, at least on my main character, I was using the very generic level 20 lightsaber hilts. You know, that's what they are, generic lightsaber hilts. Nothing fancy, nothing special. For a brief time, I actually used a very special cartel market lightsaber, which name I can't remember right now. Rizasha made me a gift. It sounds really weird. It's the only lightsaber, or was at that time, that was like a year ago. It was the only lightsaber hilt that had a different sound at that time. If someone actually knows what the name of that saber is, probably someone remembers from my live streams, maybe you can help me out. So, OG Saber is asking, Vulkk, do you like the... Oh, that's the same question, okay. From Kazran, do you think the Dark versus Light swings back and forth are really a result of the players or just random? They're not completely random, and I know how the system works, but I don't know if BioWare would be happy if I share that. So let me put it like this. If one side keeps winning, at some point, this event is automatically going to push it to the other side. So if the dark side has won X amount of times, regardless of how many people participate to the dark side, the light side is still going to win. So they are not completely manual, they're not completely automatic, and I don't want to say anymore, because if by any chance anybody from BioWare is watching this live stream past its 1 hour mark, they might actually have some issues with me explaining things that I probably don't want to explain. And this is information I've researched from PTS. Nobody has told me, I researched it on my own, but since it's closed PTS, I don't want to spill the things. Let's see something else. The WXP event should have started already. I was really hectic tonight preparing for the live stream because it's late evening already for me, and I haven't logged into Star Wars: The Old Republic today, but it should be active already, and it should... Wait. We actually have the hours. So it should be active from the first hours of today. So 12 a.m., if I read that correct, should be midnight yesterday, which means for the past 22 hours, the WXP event should be running. And Musco confirmed it for me personally because I asked him for a confirmation. This event is available for everybody, not for subscribers only, not for Twitch Prime members only, for everybody, just like the previous events. I forgot to ask, because this apparently is another very popular question, but is this event related to the Galactic Command? I don't think so. No, I think this is a standard classical WXP event, just like last year, just like the year before that. They've been doing that for 4th of May for I don't know how many years now. Probably a lot. Where was I? It's still streaming. Why not? It's been a little over an hour. That's not too long. Will you plan to live stream for Andromeda or Mass Effect 3 multiplayer? Mass Effect 3 multiplayer, definitely not. Andromeda, I am preparing to do a second walkthrough. Well, actually, second playthrough, first walkthrough, because it actually does matter whether you call it a playthrough or a walkthrough, and to me, there is a difference. So I'm going to do my New Game Plus walkthrough hopefully soon. I can't say when, because I want to allow a little more time to pass between my first finishing the game and the whole story, and starting it the second time. I want some time to pass so I can forget some of the details or be amazed once again. I do have a brand new video card, thanks to all of your support, mostly to my patrons and all the people who are watching my videos without blocking the advertisements. You guys allow me to keep upgrading my hardware from time to time. And with the new graphics card, I will be able to enjoy Mass Effect Andromeda and share it to the level that I've not been able before, which means absolutely everything on max, with the exact same high quality that all of my streams are, 1440p with 60 frames per second and with 12,500 kilobits per second. Why is it not 13,000? 13,000 is the recommended number for my settings for live streaming according to YouTube's guidelines. I don't want to have a 13. I don't believe in these things. I just decided I don't want to have it. Let's see. That's the same question from Trio. Oh, he hopes to convince me to play a few rounds of Battlefront 2. Oh, definitely. I actually said the same thing about Andromeda. I'm not sure if I will be enjoying Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. I played a few matches during the early access. I played a few matches with Jim and a couple of other friends shortly after that, after the game released. Multiplayer in Mass Effect Andromeda feels repetitive to me, and I refuse to grind for the silly upgrades. The leveling and the class system for the multiplayer of Andromeda is really not designed in the way that I would prefer it to be. So that's one of the major reasons why I prefer to stick to the story. Plus, I've always enjoyed BioWare's games for their single player aspect. That's why I played like a couple of games multiplayer in Dragon Age Inquisition. It's just not the type of game I would enjoy playing in multiplayer. Battlefront 2, though, that's a completely different thing, especially because we will not have DLCs, paid DLCs, and Season Pass. That's actually a very nice way to remove the damn paywall and allow me and other people who are not willing to pay for the game twice to be able to play all of its coming DLCs, because $120 or however it is by the end of this year when it's released, these things are costly, damn it. You live in my region, you probably know that the currencies here are very vastly different. The standard of life is unfortunately much lower. Let's move on to the next question. I don't want to talk about these things. Who do you think, oh, that's a question from Joe. Who do you think is the one who set us up on IOCAT? My number one prediction was that this is Satil Shan. But then again, Satil is not exactly close to the Empire characters, not just the Sith Warrior, but generally to the whole Empire. If it's any of the Scions, it doesn't make sense because they are also not close. That was mentioned in the cutscene at the end of the IOCAT storyline, that it's someone close. So a very popular suggestion lately, and I'm tending to agree with those folks, is that for the Republic, the betrayer will be Lana, and for the Empire, the betrayer will be... oh crap, the name just popped out of my mind. Theron. So the Republic guy is going to betray the Empire, and the Empire chick is going to betray the Republic. I think that would be a fantastic twist, and I don't know if it's going to happen. I've seen the model because Jedipedia has the model available. It's just a placeholder model because it's a Sith pure blood. Oh, that's a spoiler. So that's not really a spoiler. It's a placeholder model, but the figure speaks to me like it's a female character. And I don't know if that half a second, the duration in which we see the behind of the traitor, is actually a real character or really a placeholder model. But I believe it's going to be a female. And if it's going to really be a female for both factions, because the same model appeared for 3 of my playthroughs, for all 3 of my playthroughs, 2 on the Republic side, 1 on the Empire, the character is one of the same. So I'm actually happy. I'm going to be happy if it's a different one for the different factions, but I believe it's going to be one, and I'm inclined to say it's probably Lana. I would love if it's Satil Shan or, God forbid, another character, but I can't really remember another character that's actually close to everybody. It has to be a character from the Fallen Empire days and coming forward, because back in the original stories, there is not a single character that's actually close to the Outlander. Anyway, let's move on to another question. Do we have anything else? Crap, I completely lost my track. I think that's it, unless I'm missing something here. That's it from me for tonight, guys. Once again, may the 4th be with you. Take it easy tomorrow, and the Revenge of the Fit will actually pass you by if you're good people. I was gonna say good boys and girls, but that sounds really dirty. Vulkk is the exile. Okay, why not? Who knows? Maybe I had a trip to Austin and I modeled for BioWare. Who knows? Maybe I will be the character that is the complete traitor. Once again, thank you guys for stopping by. I hope that you have enjoyed this show, and you can let me know what things I did wrong, how wrong, and what you think I could have done different when I publish this live stream, and you will be allowed to leave me comments. I will see you in the next video live stream or whatever else comes to my mind. And before I go away, I would like to invite you. Well, how is it? Over here. Finally, this is the link to Kid Lee's live stream. He's starting, from what he's told me, 7 p.m. CST, CTS, whatever that is. I apologize. I'm only familiar with my own time zone and the global time zone GMT. He didn't tell me what GMT it's going to be, but stop by his live stream. He said that he's going to live stream for 3 hours. I don't know how many people will be participating with him, but he advertised that as what the hell did he say? The big May 4th SWTOR influencers, I love that word, mega stream will kick off 7 p.m. CST, Central Standard Time, probably. I know that Jessie will be there because I think she mentioned that. I hope she will be there because she's a fun person to look and listen. Probably SWTORista as well. I haven't heard about your plans. If you join Kid Lee, that would be even more awesome. Or maybe you're planning something for yourself. For the last time, thank you people for joining me tonight. Enjoy the rest of your day and the weekend after that.
The sheep